Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. So I'm this is based on 4 hours, as you can see. Um, so this is how I mark my charts these days from the areas which where the movement have basically started, right? Um, Upwards or downwards. At this point, I do want me to tell you at this point how am I trading? Just a quick review.
Yeah.
What do I do? Okay, so I only trade 8, 8:15, 8:30, or maximum 8:45 candle. If I get a move between these four candles based on 15 minutes or 30 minutes, I would trade. If I get a one move in it, fair enough. If I get a one good move in it, that's it. I don't trade anything else. I just close my chart and I go. That's it. This is what I've been practicing for the last 1 month, and Alhamdulillah, I've been uh, being good with it. Um, so but this is I look at the charts on the based on the 4 hours. So I do impulse entries. If I and I've back tested this 8 o'clock movements quite regularly. Um, I usually do it as what based on Rakil's teaching as well. Um, so breaking usually I enter like I would enter breaking on this there is this support the support is broken. I'll wait for a confirmation. I'll do an impulse entry here, something like this. Well, this is a 9 o'clock candle. I didn't trade that day because news, but I go with overall trend.
So what are you doing? Are you swinging or scalping?
At this point I'm scalping, but I've swinged it few times because I know I try to look at the deep halves too, at times, based on the higher time frames, if I can, like if it comes, but that's not very common. I've just done
So
it a couple of times.
so you have to stick to one system.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you're gonna keep listening to yourself and breaking your plan, you're just when you take a loss, it's gonna mess with your mind. Like it's gonna seem like you don't know what you're doing.
Okay.
But if you
Okay.
stick to, okay, I'm only gonna scalp at this time using this one setup, then the success rate is higher than, oh, I'm gonna do this way. Maybe I could hold it because I see an opportunity.
Hmm.
So what
Okay.
do you want to do?
Mm,
You can't do both. You can't do one this way and the other one do it this way just because you see it.
okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Um, yeah. I th I'll to be honest, I like scalping more, but I think scalping is riskier than swinging, don't you think? Just a,
It's not really. Scalping, you just have to be in and out quick. And you cannot turn the scalp into a swing. Like you you can't move your stop loss when it's going against you and you're adding more positions. You gotta just go according to the risk to reward that you have at that time.
okay. Okay. And you don't do scalping at all.
No.
Okay. 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 Um, I understand what you're saying. Yeah. I think we've talked about it in the past as well. Uh, okay. That's yeah, that's a good
So
way
so
to do
so,
it.
so do you want to do what like Rikil does or
I want to see what you do, if that's okay with you.
but then it's
I'm not going to follow it, probably not. But just out of information, like we are on the call now, so just be quick with that. I mean, probably could help somebody else.
okay, so
I'll stop my screen.
yeah,
And how to make you host.
you have to make me a host. Click on the participants,
Yeah,
the three dots.
yeah. Uh, right click on you. Participants. Okay,
Click
participants.
on,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah.
Participants.
Or I could just reclaim a host. Actually, I'm a host now. It's okay.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Go. Are you see my screen?
Just a minute. Yeah, I can, bro. Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna start from the basic, right?
Mm.
So like, how does the market move in an uptrend, right? It goes up, makes a support, it goes up. We all know that, right?
Upwards, uptrend or downtrend, either way.
Yeah. So like in a downtrend, it will do this.
Yeah,
Go come down, make a resistance, then come down, right?
sure. Yeah.
This is how it looks like if you zoom out on a higher time frame. And this is the same way going down, right?
Okay,
This is returning,
okay.
is doing a U-turn. So this is returning in an uptrend, and this is returning in a downtrend.
Okay,
So in an uptrend, right, you have this area here. It's clean traffic.
mm-hmm.
It goes up, it comes down, it makes a support, and then it goes up again to retest this high, right? Same thing, same scenario here. We have clean traffic, it goes down, makes a resistance, and then come down.
Mm-hmm.
So most retail traders that when this goes up and it makes a support,
Mm-hmm.
they don't know if it's going to continue moving down. So when it goes up, breaks this high, here is a buy signal,
Okay.
right? Same thing with the downtrend. When it dips down and then it goes up and then it comes back down, like, oh, it's a sell signal.
Can I just can I talk while you're saying things or no?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So let's say where you mention that you know but this is a buy signal, right? I'm just gonna do it here. Don't you think a lot of like I would do that if it made a new high and it makes a support here, we can anticipate that it's gonna test this high, and after support has been created here, we add enter here, execute the trade here till here, rather than buying it at this point where your buy signal is.
Yeah. But the majority of retail, what do?
Okay,
They buy the high
okay,
and they sell the low.
okay.
And you wouldn't know that it's sometimes it doesn't even make it like one bullish candle closes and then you get a dip and then the next candle it just moves up in one candle and it starts breaking the highs and then people start to get in,
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
right? So same scenario here with the downtrend. So retail always buy. Can you clear out the lines?
Yeah, I'm just trying to, man, it's been a while. I did it, so I don't know how to clear it. I'm just trying to find out how do I clear it. Uh,
um think
there's a uh, oh, okay, 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 okay. I think
perfect. Okay, we got it. All
okay.
right. So retail always buy the high and sell the low because they chase price.
Buy the high, sell the low price. Right. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. But in reality, everyone says you should buy. I don't know if I wrote this wrong. You should
Yeah.
buy the low,
Yeah.
right? And you
Sell the
should
high.
sell the high,
Yeah.
right? So what would be right is if price moved up, made a support, it broke the previous high, we came back to a previous resistance that it broke from, created a support to possibly retest this high. This could be valid,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Same thing with the downtrend. We come down, make a resistance, break the previous low, retest the resistance
Mm-hmm.
to continue retesting this low here,
Makes
right?
sense. Yeah.
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 So I don't have anything else, but I'm gonna continue on drawing. So most scenarios, sometimes this happens, and then you get this,
Mm.
and you're like,
And
oh, I enter sell here. Sorry, yeah, I enter sell here. My stop is right here, or my stop is right here. And I just wanted to retest this low.
yeah, just 1 second, bro. What is
Yeah,
that, Ibrahim? It's weather is cold right now. You can't have swim shorts right outside right now, buddy. You wear your yeah wear your gray pajamas, which has hole in it. Yeah, and try to find that yellow hoodie or whatever you were wearing yesterday. Go. Sorry, bro. My son came and he wants to have a water fight with his neighbor, and he asked me, can he wear swim shorts? I'm like, bro, it's not a swim shorts.
those jokes.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right. Let's stay on
Yeah. Yes,
topic.
sir. Yeah.
So do you get it so
Yeah.
far?
Yeah, I get it so far. So basically, so where you said that it just reversed there, um, in that case, I can say a couple of things. Were you asking me why it just didn't perform as it should have, or we're just talking? I mean, in my opinion, why they got stopped out is because there are two factors that are very important here. One, what time was of the day it was when they entered cells to retest this area. That's very important. And secondly, um, if they are at the because there's a chance that they are at the buying zone and they did not realize it, um, because it
Yes,
has already moved probably 100 pips already or 150 pips already or whatever, right? uh, yeah, so that a couple of reasons that could be possibly.
exactly.
uh,
One other reason is when you get this unexpected move that's not aligning with the trend is because a new
Manipulation.
candle has
Okay.
started,
Okay.
right? It could
Okay.
be the 4 hour, uh, maybe the 1 hour, but most likely is the 4 hour. Or if you're
Mm,
looking at even higher time frame, it's like the daily or monthly even,
yeah.
right? Or
Yeah.
weekly, right? So
Okay.
so sometimes it pulls back here, and
Yeah.
whoever had their stop right here got liquidated. Like people take sell, put stop here, and then it starts moving here. They move their stop loss to here, add more sell positions, and this bit just keeps wiping everything.
People. Yeah.
And then what happens,
Yeah. 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 Very
right?
common with gold. I've
Exactly.
I, I've seen gold that sometimes what happens is it's just going in a trend and then it takes a like a big retracement, and I think it's probably in a one candle or two candles, and it's usually just, in my opinion, what it does is it's just manipulating. You're just taking people out, getting their stop losses hit, and then just continue coming back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So same scenario with the buy trend. Um, it doesn't complete the previous high. It
Mm.
wicks down, stops out people in this area, and sometimes it comes and it respects the zone,
Yeah.
and then it goes up. And
But there is a possibility that it's changed the direction too, right? If it's at the major buying zone or a daily support levels or something like this, right? Or a deep half areas.
so, like, what I would be doing is, say we moved up, came back down, made a support, and then we pushed up, uh, broke the previous resistance. This right here, to me, is a buying zone, a strong zone.
Mhm.
If it comes back, this has my interest.
Mm.
If so, in majority of the currency pairs, what I have seen is it should respect. If it dips, it's a signal to the downside. But with gold, this is why gold is tricky, because gold could respect it and continue moving up, or it could break it and then continue moving up. So even with gold, because I trade gold, when I see it taking out these lows here, and it's a buying demand, this is where it has my interest. This is where I'm going to be entering buys right after the retail traders got wiped out.
So basically, you will wait for it to break, then come back and make a like a support or something, right? You're not just
Exactly.
yeah.
And for scalpers, right? This is where majority what they're going to be doing here.
They probably will be selling here.
Exactly, because there's clean traffic to the
Hmm.
left,
Hmm.
right?
Because it
And
has broken the support level, right? So they'll probably
exactly,
get like 20, 30 pips out of it.
exactly. And then and you could do it, right?
Mm.
But sometimes the range is
Not enough.
uh or it's big. It could be big, like it could be like more than 200 pips, and you're within 25% of the range, and you're like, oh, you know what, I'm just gonna let it run. And it goes like 30, 40 pips, and you have a runner, and then the bitch just randomly goes up. Uh it stops you out, and then it moves the other way, and you're like, oh, what happened? So it
I,
could go 25%, it could go 50%. Sometimes it goes all the way. It just But you have to
yeah,
understand that in this area here is where majority of retail will start selling because of this clean traffic, and the way is moving down is just it's too fast. So it's emotions that's getting involved in here.
yeah. And again, I also believe that if it's breaking like a major, like not, yeah, I can call it a major support or a good support level. You have to take in account what time of the day it's doing it. If it's doing it in probably like 12 in the afternoon or 1 in the afternoon, it's most likely faking people out and it's going to come back again. But if it's doing it, let's say like 8 o'clock, 8:15 candle, then there are more highly chances that it's going to break that support, test the low again, and then come back. But I
Yes.
mean, with the
I
time of the
mean,
volume,
for me, like now, like I'm looking at it after 9 o'clock. Like at 9, most of the moves happen after 9. 9, but this is gold, right? So if you're trading like another pair, then yeah, it could be happening like pre-London, London, after
yeah,
like London
I say,
close.
yeah, I say 8 because 8 is the New York Open, right? And 8 and then 8:30. So I've seen most of this impulse moves that come with gold are during this time. After 9 o'clock, yes, it's just because 9 o'clock it's a 4 hour candle, right? A new 4 hour candle. It's just what you have just mentioned. It might not perform the way it should, that as you're anticipating it, because it will just make a big as one candle, and it's because the new 4 hour have just started, right? So but I've realized this, most of my losses have been between 9 and 9:30. 9:30 to 10, sometimes yes, sometimes no. 10 and 10:30, I've realized that it's London, we are heading towards the London close, so usually try to push up uh a little bit by push up, but then there's a volume. But if I'm done by 8 and 8:30, then why to trade again? You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, so
So for the last some time, that's what I'm doing. I'm just basically it's just closing my terminal at 8. As soon as I'm done, I picked up 20, 30 pips. Uh, I'm just close my thing because this 20, 30 pips on an average can change into uh like whatever. But
exactly.
if I'm, I mean,
So does it make sense so far?
sorry.
So like what I explained, does it make sense
It
or no?
of course, yeah, 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 yeah. It's perfectly making sense. So I know what you, uh, because here what you have just explained, it's like because you're looking at bigger zone. Because you see, when you said that if it breaks this support level, it comes down, it's going to give you quick pips. But your strategies, I can get it. It's like you wait for this area, which you've just mentioned, to take it all the way up, which is probably a higher range, and it does involve weight game in it,
Yeah,
as far as I can.
because like scalpers, in order to scalp gold, right, you got to look at the smaller time frames. Some people jump into the 15-minute just to have a smaller stop loss, or even the 30-minute, and they see a support being formed here and it's volume time, right? And shit doesn't go as planned. And if you're not experienced enough, then you'll stop moving your stop loss into here, and then you start adding more positions. This is where emotions kick in, right? Um, some people even jump into the 5-minute, which is like crazy. So just to have a small stop loss. So
Yeah, yeah. I mean, okay, here's the thing. 5 minutes is a good not a good confirmation, but it just shows you where what's it's planning to do in the next 15-minute candle coming to close, or 30-minute. But trading on a 5 minute, then it means you need to have a stop loss during based on that 5 minutes, and it's it's not a how can I put it? It's not it's good for just to get the confirmations where what's it, because sometimes what happens is you'll see on a 30-minute or 15-minute that it's been stuck, then you jump on 5 minutes and you say it's consolidating in 5 minutes, and then you'll see one candle out of it, and then you know that 8:30 candle is coming up in the next 5 minutes. Then it just gives you an idea what's this planning to do, basically,
yeah,
right? So it's good to see 5 minutes. I see it, just to see what's been cooking inside, because sometimes you're just seeing one candle going up, other one coming down, 15-minute candle, and then you're like, what's going on? And then you are just stuck between up and down. So
exactly.
yeah, yeah.
So another thing is like when it's reversing, right? So it goes up, it does some sideways movements, and then it comes down, right? And same thing when it's
So here's the thing.
falling.
When you say it's coming down. Now my question is, um, this is where it started, right? It I went up, it just consolidated, came down. There is a possibility that it's coming down to test this areas again and then go up further, right? As long as if it respects this area, don't you think?
So this is what it is gonna do when it's reversing. So it goes up, and then it's gonna give you the sideways movements,
Okay.
and it just like it's ranging, right? And then it's gonna break,
Mm-hmm.
right? A lot of people gonna enter buys here,
Mm-hmm.
and then drop down. So it has to be consolidating for a good period of time.
Okay, but when you say a lot of people will enter buys here, but the buys can work as long as
Yeah, for sure.
yeah. I'm saying as long as it doesn't come back, because if it does come back and then it breaks this area down here, then you'll know that this one was a fake out, and now it's changing its direction to come and test the lows again, probably deeper retest or whatever you call
Exactly. So, but like most of the times that when it's ranging, people are entering either
it. Orders are piling up.
sells here, buys here, and the stop is below the ranges. So they're constantly getting stopped out and then comes back down, enter buys after breaking that low, and then it just going sideways, and then you get this impulsive move up and then a drop.
Okay,
Same thing with
buys.
yeah, with buys. No, this is
Like, yeah, yeah. Same thing with buys. I mean, because it came down and then it just changed direction and went up, right?
yeah,
This one buys, basically.
yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
when you start looking at it, then it should make more sense. Like, but this is gonna come to you. Like, it's not gonna be like, oh, I see it. It's just gonna be like one day, like you're seeing the same thing over and over, and be like, oh, now I see like what Lauren is saying. Like,
Yeah, no, to be honest, I still, I still see um, the deep half concept pretty much almost every day, if not on a bigger time frame, the smaller time frame, 30 minute or a 1 hour. I'm like, this, and to be honest, I tell if Ali is with me, I'll tell Ali, or if Farhan is with me, I'll tell Farhan that this is, I think Noran might have taken a trade here. It happens almost every other day. I'm like, this is, I think, where Noran might have taken a trade, because I see, because there's the deep half concept.
Yeah.
I don't know if I still do it, but let's say if it's a let's say if a candle is this, um, from deep half is basically like, let's say 50% of 50% till this area. That's deep half, right? Where this is the candle where the movement has started, basically, right? This support was created, let's say upward trends. This is where the support was started from this particular candle, and this one was a bearish candle, um, and a smaller candle than this, because let's say
So
this was
a deep half could be like, it could be this from wick to wick, right? Or it could be from the base to the wick, or from the wick to wick.
or could be from the 50% of the body as well, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, based on what time frame you're looking at the candle,
exactly.
right? Because, oh yeah, because probably,
It's based
oh,
on your experience and your back
yeah,
testing, you
yeah,
know?
and the engulfing candle, can't beat an engulfing candle.
Yes. So what's other thing I want to say? Um, let's say we're in uptrend, right? And then you get this. I think I already talked about this. So this move down is a new candle starting. It could be like a 4 hour daily or weekly. But people gonna think this is like a change in direction.
Okay. Okay. But it could be a change in direction if it doesn't respect this area. Or,
Is it though? Or because this is where people are gonna be entering sells because like, oh, we've been falling, and then you get this.
okay, so here's the thing. If it breaks this area, makes a new resistance around area, respecting this area, you have a confirmation. Then you can say that it is moving down, because as long as it respects this area, don't you think?
If you're scalping, yes, that's what you should do. You should wait for resistance to be formed over there at the right
But
time.
yeah, but similarly, if you're looking into buys, you would still wait for this one to break here and then come back and close above this area to get a confirmation to go up, right? You
Yeah,
will not just, because you don't know how much down it can come before
exactly.
it goes. That, yeah, okay.
Exactly, yeah. And say if, but you have to understand, like breaking of this low, it's also a sell signal, right?
Hmm.
S- So if it breaks it and this impulsive move come back, but it doesn't break this previous high, this could be an area of interest
Okay.
for sells. Because remember, uh, smart traders, they don't sell the low. We sell the high,
Yeah.
right? So you majority of retail are going to be caught right here, and the stop could be here, 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 or over there, right? And then price does this. So if it's respecting this previous high, then this could be our supply zone.
Yeah, and well, to be honest, anyways, this area is for me, it's anyways a dangerous area, because you're just in the middle. You don't know where it could go. I mean, based
Exactly.
on this, if it was a chart like this, this would have been a dangerous area for me. I would have rather, and again, we don't know what time of frame is this. Let's say if this is 15 minutes, it's a very dangerous area. Let's say if it's a 4 hour and it has broken this and not respected it and closed below it, and then on a smaller time frame we say making a resistance here, then we can say that, you know, if it's a range of like 50, 70 pips here, we can anticipate it because it might come. It didn't respect this zone. It wants to do a deeper retest to get a better position for buyers. We can anticipate it's going to come here. And scalpers can scalp here, bringing it down, and then just call it a day.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
did that clear some things?
Yes, it did clear. Yeah, it did clear a lot of things. To be honest, it's just that it was more of a formation.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, just yeah. But Ibrahim, sorry, buddy. You have a bigger water gun inside, or it's huh? Use that one. Huh. Mm. Make sure you put boiling water in it, man, and do the next one. Okay, so mm, yeah, so yeah, I mean, to be honest, it did clear a lot of things, and it just made sort of a like it just aligns with what I was thinking, but it was for me it was a little foggy, but now yeah, it's cleared. Uh, yeah, it's yeah, it's cleared. Thanks, man. I mean, um,
That's good, man.
yeah.
I hope it's
So what do you think when I was talking during this period? What do you think about how much is my understanding so far?
oh it seems like you know it 100%.
Okay. You know what I don't know?
What?
The emotions.
Yeah,
That's the
so
biggest. That's where I get, and that's what I'm practicing right now. Between the what I've told you about my time, 8 to 8:45, and all of that.
so
Yeah.
first you have to know what you want to do, right? Like, do you want to
Scalp.
scalp? Okay, you
Yeah.
want
I
to
mean,
scalp? So then
yeah.
you set that specific time only, and you say, I'm
Yeah.
only going to take one, two trades. Or you actually just say you're going to take one trade.
That's what I
Imagine,
do.
yeah,
And to be honest, I have back tested it for like last 4 or 5 months, right? And what I'm doing right now is I'm making an Excel sheet, and I'll hopefully share with you soon as well. Making it based on the last whole 1 year, right? For every major news that has come. And what I'm doing is I'm doing it, okay, this was the news, this was the expected number, it came better, and then I'm going to make a new chart. I'm making a new column with it. How did the market react to it, right?
yeah,
Because so, so like let's say yesterday NFP, all the newses were good. It just went up, but then it took a big drop, right? And then with a lot of other news as well that happens. So that's what I'm making it, because then even though I don't trade news, but it's best to know that how it will do it for the next day or
exactly.
after it happens, right? So I'm right now I'm just backtesting, so I've just created a file where it will just tell me that. So next time if a news is coming, I'll just go back and say historically when this numbers came, was there a manipulation or was it actually how it performed, basically,
Good,
right?
good. Yeah, that's amazing, man. Just
Yeah.
like the secret is to just keep doing it. I know some days is gonna be like, oh,
Just
none of this is has shown up so
it
far. It's useless maybe, but no, it's valuable information is what you're
yeah,
doing.
yeah,
You
yeah.
keep it in track.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So I think the call is about to finish in a minute or so. 2 minutes,
Uh,
right? 2 minutes.
yeah,
Yeah. But I think
I should just end the what's it called?
yeah,
End the
just do send
recording.
me the yeah, send